welcome to take pictures. We recommend you put those cameras in sports or action mode to get the best pictures possible. Just be sure to hang on tightly to those cameras and any other loose items. Should an item fall outside the vehicle, all you gotta do is raise your hand. I'll raise mine too. And together we can wave goodbye to that item. Now while the vehicle is in motion and even when we are stopped, we do ask that you please remain seated and do not lean outside the vehicle. We'll be passing through some rough brush and some of those bushes have rather long thorns. Right now we are entering the Little Ituri Forest. On your right hand side by that tree, that's an Okapi having a snack. Now if you can see that Okapi's legs, they're striped much like a zebra's legs. However, there is no relation between the Okapi and the zebra. It is actually related to the giraffe. Similarities between the Okapi and the giraffe include the shape of their skulls and the length of their tongues. That Okapi can have a 1.5 foot long tongue. It'll use that 1.5 foot long tongue to pull the leaves off of branches. It can also use it to lick its own eyeball if it so chooses. Alright, up on our left-hand side, right up here, there's a black rhino. There he is. Now, black rhinos weigh about 3,000 pounds normally. Sadly, there are less than 5,000 black rhinos left on Earth. They are very, very endangered. Now if you look on your left-hand side, up on that hill, you'll see some greater kudu up there. Those are female greater kudu. You can tell because they don't have any horns. And way in the back, those orangey-brown antelopes, those are bongos. You'll see that one bongo has horns that tilt backwards. This helps those horns not get tangled up in brush and vines as the bongo walks through the forest. Now, is this anyone's first ever safari here in Harambe? Awesome. Welcome, Karabuni. For those of you who have been here before, welcome back. Since the animals are free roaming, the safari is different every time. You never know what you might see. Right now we are entering into Safi River territory. If you see any shapes moving around the water, it could very well be a hippopotamus. They do tend to spend most of their time underwater. Oh, and there's a few up here on the left-hand side. There's some hippopotamus. Now, although those hippos do spend so much time underwater, I will need everyone to remain seated, please. Everyone, please sit down, thank you. Although those hippos do spend so much time underwater, they don't know how to swim. Instead of swimming, they just walk or run along the bottom of the water. And those white birds to your left on the island, those are pink-backed pelicans. They get their name because their backs turn pink during mating season. As we come around this bend, keep a lookout to your right-hand side. In that clearing, you're going to see a Baobab tree. There it is. The Baobab tree is nicknamed the upside-down tree. It can live to be over 1,000 years old. And now we're entering into the African savanna, one of the most famous parts of Africa, home to animals like the elephant, the giraffe, and the zebra. If you look off to your left-hand side, you can see a bunch of wildebeest all lined up. The wildebeest get their name from an Afrikaans word, it means wild beast. At night, they will sleep in rows. This gives them the security of being in a group, while also giving them enough personal space to take off running in case of emergency. Wildebeest are known to stampede. There's a hyena way back there just stuck its head up right at the back of that clearing, if you can see it. It is a spotted hyena. And on your left-hand side of those antelope way at the back, those are sable antelope. I will need everyone to remain seated, thank you. The sable antelope are the official emblem of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Now the African savanna gets a lot of its physical appearance from the animals that inhabit it. Elephants are known to knock down trees, giraffes prune the trees by eating lower hanging branches, and antelope graze the grass, which keeps the grass from overgrowing. And if you notice these strange looking mounds all over the savanna, like that one on your left, that one on your right, the orangey brown mounds, these are termite mounds. They are made out of dung, mud, and saliva. They can be as hard as concrete. And there's another view of those wildebeest on your right-hand side. Now if you look off to your right over here, with the long horns, those are Ankole cattle. Back behind the Ankole cattle with the white bellies, those small antelope are springbok. Springbok get their name because when they get excited, they're known to jump up and down like a spring. And there's an Ankole cattle right next to the road up ahead. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side, way back by that bush, you can see their tails moving back and forth. Those are Patterson's eland. They are the largest of all antelope. Alright, now we are guests in these animals' homes. So we're going to drive past this Ankole cattle as slowly as possible without disturbing it. Those horns on the Ankole cattle can get to be up to 6 feet long. If you were to look inside those horns, it'd look a lot like honeycomb on the inside. Ankole cattle's blood will get pumped up into those horns where it will cool down before it returns to the body. So they serve as a form of ventilation for the cattle. Now, as I said, we are guests in these animals' homes. We always like to give them the right of way. It looks like an animal is in the road up ahead, so we're going to hang out here until the trucks can start moving again. looks like we can start moving again. Now these Ankole cattle are the only domesticated animals you'll find on the reserve. They're nicknamed the Watusi cattle because they were first domesticated by the Watusi tribe. Nowadays they tend to be domesticated by the Maasai people who view these cattle as a status symbol.
Baby giraffe.
Here are some more Ankole cattle on your right hand side, and those springboks mingled among them. And up ahead there's 2 giraffe over there. And there's some more giraffe coming up on your left hand side. But for now we'll stop and look at those 2 giraffe on the right. Giraffe tend to be about 18 to 20 feet tall. They are the tallest mammals. Baby giraffes are 6 feet tall when they're born. And they can learn to walk within 1 hour of being born. Here's a giraffe off on your, 3 giraffes off on your left-hand side. When you see a group of giraffes together like that, it is called a tower of giraffes. Now those giraffes have very long necks, even in comparison to the rest of their body. However, in these necks, they only have 7 vertebrae. That is the exact same number that humans have in our necks. It's just that the vertebrae in a giraffe neck is a lot longer than the vertebrae in ours. And we're going to drive on past these giraffes on our right-hand side. Now there are a lot of different kinds of giraffes. These ones look like Maasai giraffes. You can tell by looking at their spots. Maasai giraffe spots tend to look a lot more jagged like those ones do. Whereas other giraffes will have more geometric and sharper lines on their spots. If you look off to your right hand side, you can see an elephant over there. Now that looks like it's an African elephant. I'm going to teach you how you can tell. You can tell that that's an African elephant because we're in Africa. You can also tell it's an African elephant because of the shape of his ears. African elephants have a lot bigger ears than Asian elephants do. Okay, it looks like this road is closed. But you can see the elephant on the other side of that road closed sign. I guess we just follow the rest of the trucks on this path here. Okay. We should be able to see plenty of animals from this road as well, folks. Don't worry. So just a word of warning. As we go across this bridge, it might sound a little rickety. However, don't panic, it is perfectly safe. They fixed it up recently, we're totally fine. Maybe just cross your fingers as we go across it. Uh-oh. Everyone lean to your right, everyone lean to your right, lean to your right! Woo! And that is why we always cross our fingers. Luckily, we were able to make it off that bridge just fine. And now we are moving through red clay pits. And on your right hand side, those strange markings, those are elephant test marks in the red clay. Elephants are known to eat the clay. It contains a very important mineral for them. Elephants live in family groups. That family is headed by a matriarch. She is the oldest and the wisest of the elephants. And that matriarch every year will lead her family on a migration across Africa to different watering holes. If they get to a watering hole and find that it has dried up, she knows the location of another watering hole close by. She always remembers these locations no matter how long it's been since you last visited them. This is why we say an elephant never forgets. On your right-hand side, these are more baobab trees. There's another one off on your left. Baobab trees tend to go about 9 months out of the year without any leaves. They also have such a thick trunk because they keep their water stored in that trunk. They can store about 2,000 to 3,000 gallons of water in that trunk. That's why they're also nicknamed the Tree of Life. Now here on your left-hand side, those are some greater flamingo. If you see the small gray birds, those are baby flamingo. Now, does anyone know what a group of flamingos is called? A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. A flamboyance of flamingos. Now, those flamingos get their pinkish coloring from their diet of brine shrimp. The brine shrimp contain a mineral called carotene, which is responsible for turning the flamingo pink. Up on our left-hand side, there's an ostrich over there. Ostriches are my personal favorite animals. They are a very large bird, the largest bird on Earth. However, they're so large, they're too heavy to fly. Instead of flying, oh, there's a rhino on your right-hand side. There he is. Now, instead of flying, ostriches can run incredibly fast. They can run at speeds up to 40 miles per hour. And those big wings they have help them turn faster while they're running. As we drive past this ostrich, take a close look at its eye. That eye is bigger than its brain. Crossing the street in front of us. It was raring to go.
Wait, there's another one.
Thank you. Alright, we're gonna just trail behind these ostriches. Now, ostriches do lay the biggest eggs on Earth. Their eggs are so large, so strong, excuse me, that a grown man could stand on them and they would not break. Playing the game of following the leader with this ostrich right now.
We're playing chicken.
It looks like it's headed off the road though. We should be able to continue in just a few moments. There it goes. Farewell, ostrich. I knew you well. On your left-hand side, this large group of rocks, that's a Okapi. Okapis are often used by African predators who climb up on top of them to get a better view of the savanna and thereby a better view of their prey. And up ahead on your left-hand side, there's a warthog right there. You can see that warthog's tusks. It uses those tusks to dig burrows, and it uses them as self-defense. There's also some zebra to our left-hand side. Although those zebra appear peaceful and docile, they can break a lion's jaw with a kick from their hind legs. Here's another zebra on our right hand side and a few more ostrich. Oh, and there's also some ostrich eggs at the base of that tree on your right hand side. And here on your left hand side, these antelope are water buck. Water buck secrete a liquid, and that liquid smells so bad that it keeps away predators. However, the smell of that liquid also attracts other water buck. Now we're passing through Magadi Glen. If you look and see those two white birds across the river, those are yellow-billed storks. They are not very picky eaters. They tend to eat whatever they can get their hands on, including other birds. They're known to follow behind hippos and crocodiles in the river, eating whatever animals these hippos and crocodiles kick up in the mud as they walk. Well, it looks like we are now nearing the end of today's safari. Does anyone have any favorite animals we were able to see today? I think I heard giraffe. I'll throw an ostrich for myself. Now, there are a lot of incredible animals that can be seen here on the reserve and out in the wilds of Africa. Unfortunately, a lot of these animals are endangered, and they need us to help them out. There are a lot of very easy things that we can do to help these animals out. One of the simplest is recycling. We can recycle paper and plastic. We can even recycle our electronic devices. We can also support conservation organizations. These are organizations that make reserves like this possible. One such organization is the Disney Conservation Fund. To make a donation, all you have to do is go to any store here in Animal Kingdom, tell them you want to donate, and Disney will match that donation dollar for dollar. They'll also give you a button as proof that you donated. Now, if you're looking to see more animals during your stay at Animal Kingdom, we do have the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail located right outside the safari. It is a walking trail. You can see animals like gorillas, birds, fish, meerkats right up close. Learn more about them. You can take it at your own pace. It does close down at 7:30 though, so you need to get there as fast as you can. And if the rain picks up, you can always seek shelter at Festival of the Lion King. It's just a short walk from the exit of the safari. It is a fantastic show featuring music from the movie The Lion King. And finally, as we end today's safari, we here in Harambe don't like to say the word goodbye. It's too sad and it's too final. Instead of goodbye, we say kwaherini, which means go well. So have a great rest of your day, folks, and kwaherini.